You've seen the headlines.
What is going on with you and Jon?
Now Kate Gosselin from Jon and Kate Plus 8 opens up about her marriage.
One day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time.
Are you having to live any differently?
And all those tabloid rumors.
How are you dealing with it? When it comes to feeding a big brood on a small budget, our next guest might just be the expert on that and a whole lot more. Every mom is a multitasker, but what if you had to multiply the cooking and the carpooling and the cleaning by 8? She's the most famous multiples mom in America. Watch her. We've watched Kate Gosselin's kids go from toddlers to TV stars on TLC's Jon and Kate Plus 8.
She just peed.
As the show heads into its 5th season, Kate has become one of America's most famous moms.
Go in your bed and don't come down. Go.
To say Kate knows a few mommy tricks is certainly an understatement.
Good job.
During the course of the show, she's prepared more than 35,000 meals, changed around 30,000 diapers, and given more than 11,000 baths.
Are you happy?
Am I in the spa?
And believe it or not, while chasing around her 8 kids, Kate still found time to write not 1, but 2 best-selling books. The newest one, New York Times bestseller, 8 Little Faces. Please welcome Kate from Jon and Kate Plus 8. Sit at the head of the table, dear. How are we doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm going to call you Kate the Great. You look great.
Thank you.
She looks fabulous.
I feel good.
So there's been a lot of multiples in the news, certainly this past year. Why do you feel that your family has really connected with the American people, and you know, you've really captured a lot of other families' hearts? You know what I mean?
I just feel like I'm a mom. We're a family. We have, you know, a couple more than the average. Who's counting?
We are.
But
yes.
You know, after a certain number, it's like whatever. But they're all awesome, wonderful kids, and I feel like the reason people have really identified with us is, you know, it's strange. We get thousands, probably millions at this point, of emails from moms saying you're inspirational, and I don't feel inspirational. I just feel like we're doing what we need to do. But if that provides that inspiration for them, it's to the point now where we're going into our 5th season, and it's like, why not continue on? I think being a mom is the best job in the whole wide world, and anything I need to do for my kids to provide for them and give that encouragement to moms is wonderful.
And yeah. Do you forget that you're being filmed after a certain amount of time? Do you forget that this is a part of your family process, or does that... Are you always aware?
Just to put it out there, I am who I am. I do not care how you see me. Call me crazy, but it's out there because I'm not perfect, and I will never boast that I'm perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and
but you don't
so
think that...
I forget. I mean, I remember
you do
a
forget
very...
this thing.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, a very distinct moment. One time I was in one of my rampages, and I whirled around, and the camera guy was like right there, and I went, oh! I was like, hi. I totally forgot, and not that I would have changed it had I remembered. It was just one of those things where I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You know, I'm not the expert. I am learning parenting as I go, just like every other parent. So if you want to watch the screaming and turn it off and be glad you have 2 kids, great.
But there, you know, I mean, there certainly is a downside to this. I mean, how weird is it for someone who's in a reality show to end up with the harsh reality of kind of the darker side of fame and celebrity?
You know, certainly none of this could have been predicted. I remember at the very beginning of our show, I laugh now kind of because we would say, friends or family would say, hey, you know, do you want to do whatever on Saturday? Oh, goodbye, bracelet. Oh. And see reality, there it is.
There's a real mom. Yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
Get to it.
But we would say, you know, we can't, we're filming on Saturday. And people would go, huh? And now looking, you know, going into our 5th season and seeing, it's just, we have stepped back and realized it is part of this process. And I always say there's really never any going back. We just need to go forward. That is my new saying. Just keep marching through this. Just doing what we need to do. I know that you know, I'm continuing on as I am the best mom I know how to be, and that's really where my focus is. So I really try not to let any of that stuff that comes with it get to me.
But what is going on with you and Jon? I mean, it's such a public spectacle now. I mean, how are you dealing with it? Do you just focus on the children? What's going on with you guys?
It's, you know, it's one of those things that we're just handling privately. We're just taking it one step at a time, just trying to walk through it. And yeah, the focus remains on our kids. It has always been there. It will continue to be there.
So that's your starting point. You start with the children. The two of you talk about what's best for them and move forward from there.
One day at a time, like we have always done. 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. My life's been like that. You know, you have sextuplets, you don't take it a day at a time anymore. It's a minute at a time sometimes.
But certainly this must be an added level of pressure and the public talking about, you know, very, very intimate questions of your own marriage. I mean, that's got to be a difficult thing.
It's definitely yet another learning experience. I look at life, you know, through the eyes of my kids, in that I've always said, you know, life experiences, life experiences. I feel like you can learn something out of every situation, and I am absolutely learning a lot. Because we have put ourselves out there with a reality show, it definitely makes people feel like, you know, they need to know every detail of, you know, every breath that I've taken, how many times I've gone to the bathroom in a day, or whatever they need to know. But I think, you know, at this point, it's just the same. It washes out the same. I feel like there's the same people that support us will continue, the same people that, you know, feel possibly like this is a bad thing for our family or our kids. It ends up the same.
There's always going to.
I have to say, personally, one of the things that I have learned through all of this is to be very, very honest. At the beginning, the interest that our show brought, you know, as far as fans and people coming up to us, bothered me, annoyed me. And by that I mean like probably the first 2 seasons. Somewhere in season 3, it occurred to me that these are people who love our children, who love our family, who support us, and without them there is no stay-at-home career for us. And so I have to say personally, thank you to the fans for the encouragement, to the moms who say, you do it on TV, I do it at home, we're all doing the same thing, and thank you.
So you feel it's become a big family, and that's got to be a huge help.
It is.
So is this fun? Is this what you do in your me time? You know, do you sit down and just really enjoy writing?
This is the most exciting thing I think that has come out of all of this. The fact that Multiple Blessings was on the bestseller list for 5 months,
so
and then
this one.
8 Little Faces hit, they were on together, which is so beyond anything I ever pictured.
Absolutely huge.
And honestly, the focus I take in writing my books is I wrote Multiple Blessings for my children. I did not care if it ever sold 1 copy. I did this for them as well because I want these words to be there for my children, so there is no doubt that everything I do is for them.
There's words of wisdom throughout it. It's really charming. And just the way it's put together, you know, I mean, it looks like everybody's refrigerator. The whole book has this look of, you know, we all
My
do
little
this.
notes.
Yep, and I do this to my own fridge. I have pictures of, you know, my family and my puppy and little notes that have meant something to me and cards. So it's a very familiar format. I compliment you. It's terrific.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.